Jimmy Kimmel's back in the news.
There you are. You told me if I give you all my money, you donate it on my behalf because the Rapture's coming. Then I wake up this morning to nothing, so I want it back.
What do you mean I donated?
To who?
To everyone. Do you know how many different types of Christians there are? The Muslims got some. The Jews got a taste. I wanted to cover all of our bases. And look, it's still happening. We just have to wait a couple days for Kimmel's monologue.
Okay, show me the receipts.
That's the thing. They said they needed a few more bucks to get us the receipts.
Okay, well, this is my last 20. Tell them that.
I can try, but I did talk to them about getting you that king-size bed up in heaven, but it's going to cost you.
Dude, I don't have any more.
Maybe those rings could maybe melt them down. Are those silver? I mean, you don't want to be uncomfortable for eternity. People think clouds are soft, but they're actually quite hard. They're mostly ice.
Maybe I could find some more?
What about those shoes? Maybe use those to sweeten the deal. Maybe get you a room in heaven with a bidet.
Okay, yeah, but tell them I'm not going back to toilet paper.
Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon, everybody. All the money will be going to Ryan's Rapture Fund. By the way, did you get me power of attorney for your Roth IRA?
I forgot. Okay, good looking out. I'll get on that right now.
The boys.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The lads.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Prepare yourself for BOYSCAST.
The bros.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The homies.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Experience the BOYSCAST.
The boys. Cast.
Fellas. Boys.
Boys, hear ye.
Hear ye. Jimmy Kimmel
Boys are back in town.
Kimmel's officially back on the airwaves. Cancel culture has been defeated, ladies and gentlemen.
Won.
And by the way,
Lost.
this world continues to be a fucking shit show. Yeah. However, before I get into probably the plethora of events that are taking place at this exact moment, you forget sometimes that the more important events have been ignored completely.
Oh, big time.
One of those events is the husband calling contest at the Ohio State Fair, I believe it was. It's been completely ignored. These are, I think it was Linda who remained victorious.
Yeah.
If people don't know, they do a state fair every year. They do a husband calling competition.
Sure.
I looked into it. It's been going on for 20 years, so this is not
state
some new
fairs
thing.
love giving pigs ribbons. Don't they?
Here's the winner right here.
Irving, dinner, please come to dinner.
You guys having a heart attack in the crowd listening to this?
Nightmare.
Irving.
Irving's getting shit. Okay, then we got another one.
Just like, yeah, I ate.
Jason. All right, so
Why would you call me back to your husband? Why won't you call me back?
How funny is this?
The scorned woman competition.
I was like the idea of if they have a male the reverse version of that, they're just like, we have a wife calling competition, they have to cancel it because the first guy comes up, he goes, Linda, do not make me do this. Linda, I swear to fucking Linda. Okay, that was an accident. I only do this because I love you. Where are you going? Do not call the cops. Yeah. Linda, that is your own doing.
He's like, I already got warrants. You can't call the cops.
I did not. He's cracking his knuckles. Linda, I do not make you know you make me like this.
Yeah. You know that the husband calling competition is like the food is just like a heated up lean cuisine or something.
Yeah.
You're not getting some fucking sick meal. I promise you that.
If your wife's in the husband. No, but you have to understand in the actual reality, the type of wife that enters the husband calling competition is probably a little bit funny.
Sure, yeah.
So they're actually not really like that.
I would hope not.
The wives that are crazy, if you actually have a wife like
probably
that.
having PTSD. He's like back in the foxhole. Like he's has to sit in the crowd. He's like, I can't even fucking escape this.
There was one husband in the first video that looked at like he was in the crowd just being like, okay, yeah, fucking he's shaking a little bit. Linda, do not make Linda now. Do not make me ask again. Guy.
Listen up, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the motorcade for the UN is happening right outside of our studio right now. It took me forever to get into the city.
There was a video of Macron. What's his first name?
Emmanuel,
right? I was gonna call him Francois for some reason. He was.
They're all Francois to me.
Yeah, they're all Francois to me. But he was walking up the street, and then he with his like his group, and then he wasn't allowed to cross the street because Trump was coming through. Because Trump kind of
he takes precedent.
I was gonna say Trump's all, but then I was like, that sounds really not good. But anyways, he's just like shut down the street, and then Macron's like fucking picks up his phone and calls Trump to be like, I can't cross the street right now because of you, like jokingly.
Yeah.
It's just like and
It is the street. I have to stay on my side because of you.
What is this, halal?
Yeah, it's the whole city is like shut down, dude.
Ferries aren't working.
I don't know if you see it from your window, but like I see nonstop. Woo! I see nonstop motorcades right now.
Oh yeah, it's crazy right now. Yeah.
So they shut it down.
Trump's in town, man.
But I don't know if you watched the speeches because Trump has cured autism, obviously.
Yep.
But I have a theory, and because obviously the man's up to 100 D chest.
4,000 at this point.
4 trillion D chest.
Insane.
Listen to this. The reason Trump is trying to cure autism is because if they cure autism, okay, you tell me, what do people with autism like? Trains, right?
Yeah, counting.
So if you get rid of all the people that are into trains, all of a sudden you're going to have the trains not running on time. Now, who likes the trains running on time? Mussolini and fascists. So you have all the trains not coming on time, and no one can call him a fascist because they go, well, he's a fascist. He goes, well, then why are all the trains late?
Right. That's a good theory. Yeah. Everybody be like, we don't live in a fascist country. I waited 45 minutes for the Amtrak.
In fascism, the trains run on time.
Correct.
That is one of the main things. Some people even denied that. They said, well, that's actually not true. The Mussolini trains weren't getting running as good as they thought. But however, the main thing they say about fascists.
Why are we disparaging Mussolini right now? Let the man have one thing.
The one thinger is trains. The trains run on time. If you get rid of autistic people, no one's into trains. The trains are not running on time. Bingo, bango. Can't call him a fascist.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine it's great for like the future of technology in this country.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It's not good for anything.
No, it's not really good for anything. Although
comedy, we'll lose our audience.
It is so funny though, because lost 3/4 of the audience basically.
Danny's stock trading is going to be fucking through the tubes.
Dude, it's bad for everything. But it's funny because everybody dug up all these Tylenol tweets, and Tylenol's like tweeting like, "Do not take this when you're pregnant."
Okay.
Like literally like 10 tweets of Tylenol saying, do not take this if you're pregnant.
Yeah, I figured there was some, with all this stuff, it's like every medication, they're just like, yeah. It's funny because a lot of times RFK will say like, don't take this medication. It's kind of bad for you or something like that. And people get up all up in arms. And you watch their commercial. It's like side effects may include, grab some food because we're going to be here for a while.
It's longer than the show. Yeah. But anyways, because the way Trump delivers these messages is it really does feel like he's winging it. Like you're like, you just like thought of this morning. Like that's the feeling. Is you're like, you just thought of this like, and you're sure.
When I was watching it, I was like, he's exactly like me because he couldn't pronounce any of the words. I was like, he's like the president's like me. He was like acetaminophen, not gonna work. Yeah. He couldn't say acetaminophen, and I was like, I've been there, man. Yeah, I've been there, that would be me.
It's a tough word, dude.
It is a tough word.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently they have something that's gonna cure. But also at the same time, it was like mostly a correlation study where if that one specifically, if you go, okay, women that are pregnant that want to take aspirin, or that want to take Tylenol, you go, well, who's maybe more likely to take Tylenol? It's like probably someone that's like in their body's in rough shape, right?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm 300 pounds, like my body's having a hard time with this because I'm so
pregnant.
No, but I'm saying that you go the people that are more likely to have autistic kids, also their health might be a mess, and also the people that are health might be a mess might also be more likely to take this. It could be this. It's like the bottom line, I know for a fact.
He's just like, yo, you're pregnant, take less drugs. Every pregnant woman is like, yeah, I kind of am cautious about the stuff I take while I'm pregnant because I think that's a standard thing they tell you. You can't have a glass of wine. Like
it's not great for you to be.
Yeah, they're like, don't take fucking
shit.
10 Tylenol a day. Like I'm sure if you have a fever, like go take a Tylenol. And I don't think it's going to make your kid Rain Man right away. But like, don't just take it every day for every like little ache and pain.
I know. In other news, Danny's mom was fucking binging Tylenol.
I literally texted her yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah. And I asked her and I said, did you take Tylenol when you were pregnant with me? And she goes, no, I don't think so. And she said, why are you feeling autistic?
Danny's mom's on your ass. People always forget that Danny's mom is on his ass.
Yeah,
she's calling him fat and shit.
I was just curious.
Danny, he liked to eat. That's what she said to me. Well, you know how Danny is. He likes to eat in the Russian accent.
Yeah, I do like to eat, man. No lies detected.
Okay, so the Kimmel stuff, first of all, did you watch the?
I did for the first time in my life.
Yeah. I watched it this morning.
Yeah, I watched it for the first time ever. I watched Jimmy Kimmel's monologue, biting.
I thought it
biting satire.
I thought it would have been funnier if he came out with like a cape and he was just like, "You come for the king, you better not miss."
Sure,
like one of those things.
I guess he was trying to not inflame things. You know what's an interesting thing?
With a cape, smoking a cigarette.
I saw something. Disney, bunch of fucking sneaks. They, through all this controversy of the past week, they snuck in like a increase to Disney Plus.
Of course.
That like the price went up. Like
that's the real king that you're coming for, and it's not missing.
Yeah, it went up like $3, and like there wasn't one. I didn't see one thing about it until yesterday, where people are like, they fucking just slid through an increase on Disney Plus.
People can't think of multiple things at once, right?
Like Disney Plus was probably crunching the numbers. They're like, holy shit, this is the best thing ever happened to us.
And he didn't have to do his conservative sensitivity training that we thought he might have to do.
Didn't have to do the conservative sensitivity training. No, none of the Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve stuff. And just repeat that over and over again. None of it.
That's my favorite thing, is thinking that they'd have to do that, but obviously it's not going to be happening.
No.
So yeah, some of the affiliate channels still didn't let him on the air.
They still didn't let it on.
Okay, so I made a list of my thoughts on it because I was thinking about this like nonstop.
Yeah.
So I actually put it in list format. I figured it was easy to talk about like that.
Okay.
I was trying to organize it.
The autistic one?
Yeah. Well, I mean, everyone's got a tad. I think you have more than me. You would be the, why are you kicking me under the table?
I mean, to do like a good train ride, I'm not gonna lie.
No, you're more autistic. I'm more ADHD of the diseases.
That's accurate.
But the actual monologue, as far as, first of all, the format does seem a little like old fashioned just watching it. Like I haven't watched a big long like monologue like that. Just the actual format does feel a little old fashioned.
I mean, it's crazy. There was like 30 minutes. Like I guess his monologue was like.
Well, some of it was sketches,
some sketches
and this and
stuff,
that.
but like the entire thing, because normally it's probably 10.
I thought he did a pretty good monologue.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah, I thought it was like pretty good. The bits where they're just like, he cuts to Trump being like, he doesn't even have any ratings, and he was like, well, not tonight. Because obviously it's going to be like the most watched thing tonight.
Yeah.
So I thought
he did a good job.
Yeah, I thought as far as like the writers putting together that monologue in that scenario, I thought they did a pretty good job.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as I thought the De Niro bit was like kind of a funny thing to do. So much cheering.
Oh,
like
the 3 standing ovations.
yeah. People are fucking
Jimmy.
So people are cheering out of their minds. Too much crying for my liking, obviously.
Yeah, a little too much crying. Yeah, I mean, it was expected.
So no matter how you slice it, it was probably
it was a win for Kimmel,
a win for Kimmel,
and
loss,
the left in general,
and sort of a loss for Trump, and which is probably what my point was originally about this stuff. Is like, that's just when all the dust settles, that's how it usually ends up.
Yeah,
and one of the big reasons is, well, you know what? I'll get into my points after. But I thought that there was some things that have just been happening that were sloppy. Like, for example, that was a sloppy move. I thought that the Theo Von immigration stuff was sloppy.
Insane move by them to just. I don't know what the context.
So they've been doing these memes where they're like making Pokemon memes of the immigration stuff, and they did
I mean, they have a fucking 16-year-old in charge of like the Department of Homeland Security's Twitter page.
Honestly,
like literally, like there's like a 16-year-old like intern is just like, and they're like, post whatever you want. They're like, he's like, you want me to run it by you? And they go, you're on your own right now.
It does feel like insane.
Yes.
That they have kind of, because these things, you want it to tie into broader strategy. You'd like to think if it's like a, kind of a...
This is meme warfare.
Right.
This is like literally, they're like, I mean, I will say they're the first administration to understand like the power of memes.
Yeah, but maybe they're not understanding the power of like... that certain groups of influencers have, if that makes sense.
For sure, yeah.
So I think that they're like willy-nilly picking fights with people. Like, for example, obviously you do that, Theo Von's going to be like, fuck you guys.
Right.
Obviously everyone who's around Theo Von's going to be like, yo, that was fucking crazy. You're just losing a lot. And then they'd be like, I don't want to, be involved with that because, dude, I've been on places where I've done a thing and they like misrepresent me and I'm just like, yo, you guys are, you guys are like kind of dead to me in a weird way.
That is a
and I never put them on so much public blast, but there's so many people that they'll do something shady to you in your mind. I'm not like a big put someone on blast guy, but you're just kind of like, okay, I see how you guys operate. I mean,
they made Theo Von like the face of deporting people and like breaking up families and stuff. Like, what the fuck does he want that for?
Well, of course he doesn't want that, but I think they just think like that, oh yeah, it's funny. Oh yeah,
No,
maybe he's mad for a second, but you're like, no, it's not that he's mad for a second. It was like that. You've
fucking with his
rallied
money, man.
Now that's a good
Yeah,
point
you're fucking with his money right now because people are going to see that and be like, that's a real turnoff. I'm sure for some people. Like,
yeah, it's like I don't think they
it
just
gives
want
ammo to like the Marin side where they're like,
you just want to willy nilly like be fucking making enemies out of the Rogan sphere. Like for what reason?
Yeah, that was
Over what?
Over what exactly? You're like you couldn't find some other fucking piece of content to steal,
Right. So I felt
also just like stealing content. Like that's what Department of Homeland Security is up to right now.
You're right. They could be asking.
You're like just stealing it.
So that's what my first.
They're
thing
like it's on the internet. It's like literally Elon Musk, like his like deal where he just like takes memes and cuts out like the person's name, and you're like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, but I know he did that to a few people that I know, where he takes their meme and like removes their name, and you're just like, why?
He would post like a hard times thing and just like cut out hard times. You're like, why are you doing this?
For what
Why?
reason?
We don't think you wrote this.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff that I just felt like, regardless of your political views, it's just not a great like strategic move or whatever, right?
It's poor strategic.
So then my point number one is, and I did joke about this, but I felt like obviously I was taking crazy pills the last week where fucking every person I know was just like, caring about free speech or whatever. And you're like, you do not care at all.
No.
And
you
it's
care
like,
now.
And I don't even believe they do care. It's like, I think the truth is you're just like, okay, so the only people the only time a lot of people care about it is when it's like can be used against their enemy.
Yeah,
right?
it's a pure power game. Like it's just like this, bolsters my side.
Yeah.
So then you're like, now I care about this thing.
And it's like, yeah, it's kind
Scoring
of
points. Like you're literally just putting points up on the board.
which I guess is like kind of an obvious move or whatever. But like it is one of those things where you're just like, I can't it's like I cannot pretend that this person who that allegedly cares about free speech that I know for a fact does not.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact if they lived in like one of those other countries like Britain where they're putting people in jail for the opposite stuff, they would be cheering for that.
For sure.
And not to mention they were cheering when they took people off for this, which leads me to my second point. I've told, by the way, there was a couple of my normal friends in real life that I was kind of making the point that they were like, well, this is different because the government. And I'm like, are you under the impression that the fucking other administrations were not getting involved?
Biden White House was pressuring every social media platform to like censor all sorts of shit.
I have personal friends that can't get a bank account.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
That can't get a bank account. YouTube and Facebook have admitted that they're like, yeah, they told us we have to take all this stuff down.
Yeah, for sure.
Before
this isn't like a conspiracy theory. This is documented.
Yeah, so you're like...
That the Biden White House did this to a potentially larger extent. Like
that's my most crazy pill one where I'm just like, and that's why I said in real life, I felt like a few people said that to me and I was like, are you out of your mind? And to the credit of people that I know, most people kind of came back to me and they were like, yeah, I looked into that more. You're actually kind of right. I actually had that a lot where I was like, dude, if you think that they weren't fucking putting pressure on, you're out of your mind.
Oh.
And I had multiple people kind of come to me and be like, actually, you know what? That is fair.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
but it's not that, of course, always.
Well, for us, because we cover this shit. So, like,
of course, for us.
For us, we're in the trenches.
I mean, you have to be crazy to be like that. And you go, oh, the government's never got involved. And you go, are you? Am I fucking...
Again, that's not even the first time one of those stations has preempted a show before. Like, they've done it many times before.
Yeah. Dude, they used to go to like YouTube and they're just like, I mean, anyone even had Trump. I remember like when Trump was on, they would like, people would like Nelk Boys or whatever. They'd have Trump on.
Yeah.
And then they would
like deboost it or whatever.
Deboost it. They'd delete it and give you a strike.
Right. Yeah.
The reason is they said is because he said that he didn't think the election was fair.
Right. Yeah. So again,
and they're like, but that's different. You go, no, it's not. You're allowed to say that.
Who decided that? And you're like, well, YouTube decided. And you go, who pressured them into it?
Yeah.
You're like, what fucking government bureaucrat was like, hey, I'm going to make your life miserable. The only difference is they didn't go on Benny Johnson's podcast and say it. They just call them and they go, yo, we're going to make your fucking life miserable.
That was kind of the joke that I was making, and I posted one on my channel, but I was saying there was like, Trump kind of like he's got like a big ego, so he can't like not take the credit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? If you want to be good at censorship, it's probably better off you don't have your fingerprints on it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. You want to be like, this is a real travesty. What's going on here, huh?
Right. Yeah. Well, I remember when they were kind of like trying to put Trump in jail.
Yeah.
And they did a press conference and they're like, to Biden, they're just like, what do you think of this? And he was like, oh, are they trying to put him in jail? I remember he said something like that. He
just woke up, man.
He was kind of like, oh, are they trying to put him in jail? That's crazy. Like, oh, what did he do? Yeah, word. What did he do?
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was like 100 people in real life that you're just like, they were banned from like every platform.
Yeah, I mean, again, we all know it. Like, everybody knows that they're like, yeah, people were getting fucking...
The misinformation stuff for satire, because we do, like, satire stuff, and I've worked at satire places, and it was, like, such an obvious thing.
My YouTube channel's permanently demonetized for life over one infraction.
Right. Yeah,
Like,
personally.
Yeah, personally.
And you go, where did that stuff come from?
Yeah, and it was, like, for nothing. And you're like, that was from the, the YouTube censorship regime brought to you by the Biden administration.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
And it wasn't YouTube. It was Facebook. It was everywhere.
Yeah, it was everywhere.
And then they would try to, like, Rumble was like, oh, we're going to do this. And then Apple would be, getting hauled into Congress if they didn't try to kick them off the App Store. And there was all...
Of course.
Which, it was just like, there's so much of it, right?
Yeah, not to mention, you're like, don't forget, like, when Trump got kicked off of social media, it was like every independent social media company went and coordinated with one another to kick them all off at the same time.
Day. The Alex Jones stuff where they basically, like, again, you could be like, well, those are the courts. They operate independently. And you're like, do they though?
Yeah, do they?
It's like, you have to almost like, you have to have a pretty, you have to like be like purposefully naive to think that, these kind of power centers are not like organized together.
Of course. And there's influence and,
I know you are saying, of course, and you're right. If I was just talking to you, you're right. There was no point in me having
But we know lots of people who are just like, what? What do you mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's happening on a broad scale. Every person.
Your average MSNBC viewer is like,
this is the first time it's ever happened.
Yeah. This is the
first time there's ever been any pressure on from a government organization on the topic of speech ever in history. Yeah. So I get what you're right that like
huge misstep by the Trump admin though. This is a fumbled the bag.
Yeah, I know. Do you know what I was kind of thinking too? It was just like, because I was making the joke that like everyone's inconsistent on speech except for me. Like, but obviously the real answer is like everyone's a little bit of hypocrites on different things.
Yeah.
But I feel like it is a disadvantage having a male audience because you're held to a consistent standard. Like I'm watching the people in my life that are the most like they were completely for this principle and then they switched and I'm like, what's the factor that they're able to do that is female audience.
Oh yeah.
Because you're held to more like, do you have the right emotion? Are you kind of you're held less emotional, less to like you're being illogical.
Yeah, of course. It's accepted that you go, I'm gonna say a lot of wacky stuff.
Dude. I feel like if you have an autistic male audience, you're kind of like, you know what? The things I say need to like make sense with each other.
Yeah, I mean that might be a cause and effect thing. Maybe they showed up because we're logical versus us being held to be logical because of the audience. Like,
of course. I'm making a joke, but it feels funny to me.
Women be tripping. Okay, we all know that. Women be tripping and shopping.
Yeah. So probably then so that was the first one that was like the real crazy pill for me. The second real crazy pill for me was I felt like the take that so many people were saying, they were saying like, where are all the comedians that are against cancel culture? Or like, where are or people being like, oh, all of a sudden the centrists are silent, or people kept saying like some version of that. And it was just like
50 comedians.
I saw so many posts of that and you're just like, and they're like, why is Rogan? Oh, where is Rogan? And you're just like, yeah, Rogan's going to say, like, probably what you think he's going to say. Like, which is he's against it.
You could also refer to his back catalog of thousands of hours saying the exact same thing, that it was bad then, it's bad now.
I know. And it was like, that was, it's so funny that people are like such hypocrites that the only take they can have is like, I bet you're going to not be against this. And they're like, actually, I am. And they go, so are you against the other ones? They're like, still no.
It's like the liberal, like black. It was like almost like the George Floyd, like the black square, where they're like, you have to post the black square. We want the black square right now. If you saying like this is bad,
yeah, you have to be
post it right now. They're like, right now we need the square. And
the square was
like, I posted the square 4 years ago. It's like I've been posting the square.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was the alcoholic who's sober now. But that part was like actually getting under my skin because people, it's like. It kind of feels like there's two people like punching each other, and if someone's like, hey, want to agree to stop punching each other, and one side's like, I'm not punching, and you're like, I'm watching you do it, and they're like, nope, there's no punching over here. Are you against punching? And I'm like, yeah, but like, are you? And they go, if I was doing any, I would say. And you're just like, I feel you go, my head's malfunctioning.
No. And then the thing is these like those people are gonna for years be like, yeah, remember when none of these people have said anything? Like it's not.
But they
like
did, and you're like, they did though.
But that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
like, they did though, and they're still gonna be like, yeah, remember they didn't say anything. Pretty silent,
dude. They were. It's like the funniest way to describe it is they were sort of. You're like, how am I still getting any sort of scolding? And you're just like, I guess the answer was they're sort of using like cancel culture tactics to stop cancel culture.
essentially. Yeah. Yeah, they require
Pledge your allegiance to be against.
Yeah, they require you to pledge your allegiance like in the moment. They go,
You're like, yeah, and then every person that you'd expect, like, basically would say, like, yes, I'm a comedian. I don't want the government getting involved in what comedians are saying. You know what I mean? In any sort of way. And I know that a lot of people are making the point that a lot of people sort of obviously make the point that like, well, they were trying to get rid of him anyway, and this was an excuse, and any sort of version of that may be true. It may be 100% true, but it doesn't matter. Once you put your foot on the scale and you go, well, the foot didn't matter. You go, unfortunately, you don't.
Yeah, it's just the optics. You go, it doesn't even. Yeah, like even if that was the case, you're like the optics are that that's what happened.
Right.
That's what matters.
Yeah, it's like I mean, just think of any scenario like that where in real life and remove the kind of government principle. It's like if your buddy was like some comedy club like hated him or whatever, and they wanted to get rid of him, and you're like, this guy was too expensive, and then you went the day before and like someone was like, yo, Danny was like talking to the club owner telling him he thinks you're shit or whatever, and then you kind of come after and you're like, it's because of you, and you're like, well, you can be like, no, that had nothing to do with it, but it's gonna
but that's what it looks like,
and that's how people are gonna feel.
Yeah, exactly.
And unfortunately, that's when you're dealing with politics, it's human psychology, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, it was a bad move by Brendan Carr. A real mistake.
It does feel like it is,
especially with the whole tit for tat thing that we like live in, where it's essentially they're like, yeah, and I mean, obviously a million people have said this.
You lost the high ground a little.
Well, they're just like, yeah, and they're gonna do it to you now.
Enjoy. That is the obvious.
Enjoy, but then they're like, well, they already did it to us, so we're just doing it back, and then they're like, it is like that punch.
But I feel like
who punches last.
But the Democrats are better at censorship, and my reason why is because they have more 20-year-old girls, and you need if you really want to run a proper, like cancel campaign, like that's why the right's better at like financial ones where they go, hey, we're gonna hurt this stock price, we'll stop buying, because that's like more of an adult to like, I'll stop buying, not you know what I mean?
Sure.
Whereas like if you want to pressure where it's like 6 months from now, I'm gonna be like 6 months from now, I'm still going to be, writing letters to the comedy club that booked him, or I'm 6 months, 3.5 years later, I'm still going to be writing, he got a new job. You need like scorned young women.
Unemployed, scorned young women. Oh, yeah.
You actually, an army of scorned women is always going to beat any other group at like fucking
100%. Yeah. They
or mothers that have time on their hands.
Same thing.
Yeah.
They're potential. Well, no, they're not going to be mothers, but you know what I mean. It's the same mentality.
Scorned young women. It's hard to beat them.
Yeah. Scorned women in general, I think. So, yeah, of any age, just you fuck them over if they perceive they've been slighted. You're like, prepare for a lot of 1-star reviews.
Yeah. It does always come back to the comedy. Like, not always, so maybe I don't want to say comedy is like more important than it is, but like one of the things is that like entertainers and stuff like that are always somewhat used as a political football. Because at one point it was like, well, someone was saying like, well, then we'll cancel more of your comedians, and it was just like, I don't like that game. Where it was like, that's politics now. It's who can cancel more of the other side's comedians.
Pretty much. Yeah,
it's like, guys.
And then they go, I mean, how that would play out too, is they go, yeah, we're canceling all these right-wing comedians, and they're like, we're not right-wing. All these comedians are like, what are you talking about? And I'm not even right-wing.
And also they're like, I don't have a job.
Yeah, you're like, I don't have a job, and I'm not right-wing. And they go, well, yeah.
That was the one that me personally, where they're just like, it's like one lib comedian gets canceled and the world shuts down. I'm like, I know literally personally like 45 people that was like, had like extreme repercussions for something minor.
For like saying something.
And it wasn't just in comedy, it's in like, universities or in, corporate America or whatever, like James Damore type shit.
Yeah, tons.
So it's just like, I'm kind of saying to people, I'm like, on a personal level, who do you know more people, like, and even the ones that were like, well, but what about this left-wing guy? And you go, which side canceled him? And you go, again, it was fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, cancel.
Right-wing cancel culture doesn't really stick.
No. I'm trying to think. I mean, Tucker Carlson, I guess, closest. But again, it didn't stick.
And
It
didn't stick, but more so that was like probably not really from the right, because it was kind of almost from...
Well, they fired him for fucking costing them all this money.
Yeah.
Because of the Dominion lawsuit or whatever, which was like, close to $1 billion.
Maybe there was a direction where they wanted to get rid of him, but I don't think he wasn't right-wing enough. I think it was that he was maybe too much.
I don't... It seems like, maybe people can disagree with this. It seems because he was the number one show on cable news, like by far. It's just like, you said something that cost us $1 billion. You're like, we can't just can't work this one off.
No, I think they may start to think he was going to be a liability on certain topics.
Maybe. It's potentially.
Right,
I mean, that's proven.
He was diverging.
That is proven to be true.
He was diverging from the rest of the mainstream thought at fucking Fox or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
All that stuff's whatever. Like, it happens. A company will get rid of people, but you're like, yeah, you kind of from a strategy standpoint, if you are a political party, you're just like, first of all, don't get involved in fights that you're kind of winning.
No.
Fellas, fall is here, and that comes with cooler nights, heartier meals, and the craving for something warm and satisfying. That's where HelloFresh comes in, bringing you comforting chef-designed recipes and fresh seasonal ingredients right to your door. This season, we've taken things to the next level with their biggest menu refresh yet. Say hello to a whole new way to do dinner. We're talking about bigger. HelloFresh has doubled its menu. Now you can choose from 100 options each week, including new seasonal dishes and recipes from around the world. Dig into bigger portions that'll keep everyone satisfied, healthier, feel great with an even healthier menu filled with high-protein, veggie-packed recipes. HelloFresh now helps you eat greener with the new veggie-packed recipes that have 2 or more veggies. It's also tastier because you're going to get steak and seafood recipes delivered every week with no extra cost. There's 3 times more seafood on the menu now at no extra cost. You can discover new seasonal produce every week, from snap peas to stone fruit to corn on the cob and more. So HelloFresh is great. I've been using it personally.
It's great. It makes it so easy to make a little recipe. Best part too is you go to cook something at home and you're like, I'm missing one thing.
That's what always happens.
I know.
Yeah. It's not my problem personally, but
it
becomes a problem. And then next thing you know, you're sitting there.
You're like, I don't have cheese for my cheese dream.
Yeah, exactly. HelloFresh gives you all the ingredients you need. So the best way to cook just got better. When you go to HelloFresh.com/BOYSCAST10FM, now you can get 10 free meals and a free item for life. 1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on the first box. New subscribers only, varied by plan. That is HelloFresh.com/BOYSCAST10FM to get 10 free meals plus a free item for life. True classic. As you can see, Danny's got him one on now.
Yep.
It is fit where you need it. It's loose where you need it. This is, my closet is jam-packed full of True Classic right now. It's solving a problem for everybody. The guys at True Classic started with a simple mission to bring premium, comfortable clothing to the masses. Because looking and feeling great shouldn't come with a designer price tag. Clearly, people agree. Because people vote with their dollars. True Classic has sold 25 million shirts to more than 5 million customers, racking up over 200,000 5-star reviews. The brand isn't just about fabric or fit. It's helping guys show up every day with confidence and purpose. Their shirts fit where they should fit. They feel incredible. They don't break the bank, and you get that tailored look without sacrificing comfort or blowing the budget. I've been wearing True Classic for a long time now. You can feel the difference the moment you throw one on. It's tailored where you want it, relaxed where you need it. No bunching, no stiff fabric, no BS, just clean, effortless fit that works for real life. So forget overpriced designer brands. Skip the cheap throwaway stuff. True Classic is built for comfort, built to last, built to give back. You can find them at Amazon, Target, Costco, Sam's Club, or right now you can just head over to trueclassic.com/boyscast and try them out for yourself. Again, that is trueclassic.com/boyscast to try them out for yourself. But the New York Times, Times had one. They go, after days of silence, Joe Rogan weighs in on Kimmel's suspension. Like, that's a fucking the craziest take I've ever seen.
He doesn't have a nightly show.
Legitimately.
He doesn't just like, you're like, like the implication that like this happens and you're like, all right, well, I guess let's fire up an episode this moment and release it right away. You're like, it's not a live show.
Honestly.
Like, he has a schedule. It's like, he'll talk about it on the next scheduled show.
Buddy. Especially though, but the
implication from the headline.
The nerve of the New York Times to say that too.
Also the implication from the headline where you're like, yeah, and he's totally for it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
So these people are bad people.
bad faith actors.
They're bad. They're terrible faith actors, which I guess we already knew that as well. So that needs to be reminded that these are terrible faith actors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the craziest ones, or the New York Times article. And then, buddy, this is if you look at on Google, this was like, you know, they have 5 articles on a topic on a row. It was like AP News being like, in the battle over free speech, comedians become center stage, and you go, become.
Any no laughing matters.
Being a high profile comedian right now is no joke. Right now.
Good,
It's like first time it's ever happened.
Yeah, it never happened before. No laughing matters though. Any no laughing matters?
There was not a single no laughing matter. First, they come for the comedians. That's what this.
Yeah.
So it was like 9 articles in a row, being like, sometimes, now.
Sure. Yeah, it's pretty common.
You go, yeah, you're currently demonetized for what was a comedy video too.
Yeah,
it wasn't for your opinions. It was for a comedy
from
video.
a clip from a fucking the bathhouse where we were just. It was the day Ted Kaczynski died, and we were just talking about it. And then YouTube's
where did that fucking censorship
as a
come
podcast? Yeah, from YouTube, and we didn't even like the full episode didn't get demonetized. It was just the 30-second clip of just talking about Ted Kaczynski, and they're like, you're promoting terrorism, is what they said. Because it was my first strike ever, and they go, this type of strike is demonetized for life.
Yeah, and they used to like.
It wasn't like I was some serial, like, you know, doing this all the time. It was like my first ever strike.
And in a comedy context.
In a comedy club. I was literally in the green room of the Stand.
Yeah.
Like, and they don't give a shit. So,
well, that was the big thing, is they would haul the guys into Congress and yell at them, and then they'd have the backdoor channels where they're like, Zuckerberg, it'd be a shame if something happened to you.
Yeah, sure.
You know, and then Zuckerberg said, yes, sir. And then he gets his new guy and he says, yes, sir. But it's like,
shame if Anderson Silva showed up to your house and maybe set you straight.
So that's all stuff where I will say I've on the internet, it felt a little crazier in real life, because I would read this stuff and I go, what the fuck? Yeah. And then when I said it to people in real life, I felt like people were actually, I wasn't getting that much pushback.
No.
I was getting people like, okay, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
So that's one thing to be said.
That's fine, yeah. I mean, on to the next thing. It'll just be like, this will just be a blip. Like, Kimmel's ratings will literally be like, you know, it'll look like GameStop, essentially. Like, it's just going to be like, a crater.
That's funny way to look at it. Yeah, but it was a boost for Kimmel, no matter how you want to slice it.
Yeah, but it'll be a temporary boost. Like, I don't know.
Well, the format is like, you know.
Yeah, again, you're just like, all right, after the break, Chuck Schumer. Okay, I'm not staying up till 12:30 to watch you talk to Chuck Schumer.
They do that. Yeah. They do be talking to Chuck Schumer.
Yeah, like, I'm not staying up. That's crazy.
So that was sort of my number 4, is that I thought it's funny that comedians become punching bags. Yeah. Always. Where people, you know, it does feel like it's always a thing where people get mad at you for not being extreme. Yeah, so I think that number 5 was the point that I do think it's my list has gone to shit. It wasn't a good idea. I thought my list was a good idea.
It's fine.
But I think number 5 was the point that I said that it was I feel like it's conservatives are harder to cancel because they don't run as many of the cultural institutions, and sometimes they don't give a shit about that, which is kind of like the Theo Von thing, where it's like they don't like understand or care that like you know about those people, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They're just
like everyone's pawns. But also they don't have enough 20-year-old girls. They don't rally the same way.
No, like they burn their fucking, you know, they pour out their Budweiser and they...
Dude, they had some wild articles where they said, do not underestimate how... Remember when we had our sketch we were going to do that the brands the liberals were canceling and brands the Republicans, and then they meet up and swap the cancel swap shop.
Swap meet?
Yeah, cancel swap meet. I feel like when we started talking about doing that, we waited too long, and then it felt like we needed a new... It got a little stale. It got a little stale, but I always thought that was funny. The guy showing up with his Kaepernicks and then the guy showing up with his case of Bud Light, and they switch him. But the articles were funny. Do not underestimate how dangerous the Jimmy Kimmel suspension is. They were doing a school walkout.
School walkout. Kids were like, who's Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah, but I have the friends in real life that I had to pretend that I've like watched you for 8 years cheer on censorship, especially Canadian ones where I'm like, I've especially watched Canadian people cheer on every fucking last little drop of government censorship.
Oh, they have a whole new one where they're like, they had this whole
guy says he wants to fucking turn the internet off, basically.
Yeah, they have this whole hate crime bill that they just passed where it's basically all this new stuff, and it's all very vague.
Yeah.
You know, where it's just like, is this what? And they go, we'll decide what a hate crime is. And we'll lock you in
case by case, yeah.
We'll lock you away if we...
Who decides? We have one chick that she's just going to sit in a room and be like, no, yes.
It's funny, actually. I was listening to a podcast earlier today of this guy who got fired from CBC. He had like a primetime show on CBC, this brown dude. His name's Travis Danraj or whatever.
Okay.
And basically his whole deal is he's just a journalist. He's like, yeah, I just want to talk to conservatives as well. Like, I want to essentially do what CNN's doing. And
right, because, okay. Yeah.
Right. And then they refused to fire him. They like wouldn't let him resign. And they're just like, we're paying you like for some union thing, but they just like shelved him. And so he's like doing a podcast now because this is like, he finally like got out of his CBC contract. And he was just essentially, his whole thing was like, yeah, you guys just wanted a brown guy, like a token brown guy to just like parrot your shit. But so he recorded all these conversations, like audio recorded all these conversations with him, with people at CBC, all women, literally every single one.
Of course.
Yeah. You're just like, when you wonder, you're like, who's like really running this shit? And probably CBC and probably like all these other networks, they go, yeah, if you look, it's actually 50-50. Like employment, but you're like, yeah,
the janitor.
It's like the janitor, the camera operators, the grips, like all that shit, the boom operator. These are all the guys, and all the fucking middle management fucking bureaucrats are all women.
The adult daycare.
Yeah, it is adult daycare, but you can tell he's just like every single recording he posts is just him talking to fucking 3 chicks in a meeting and them telling him why they like he couldn't.
I've been in those meetings.
Yeah.
Buddy,
Funny, he was talking about because he used to work on like Marketplace or something, and he was saying how he's talking about like, yeah, we have to do these like forums where like if you interview somebody about like inflation, you have to like check off if they're like asexual. He's like, how the fuck am I supposed to know?
Oh, that used to be our joke when I was doing my show.
I know.
We had to say how many gay people were on the thing, and I used to take the form and then fill out like one person on the crew, and then like and then CC everyone on the email.
Yeah.
Like I'd be just like, yeah, we have like Danny, obviously. Like, how many gay people do you have on the crew?
It's so funny how like far behind everybody is though, where he's like, you're talking about this now? Like, this is like, we were like 10 years ago. You're like, this is pretty crazy. Now, this is how slowly the shit moves.
Yeah.
Like normies where like people are like, yeah, it's pretty wild. And you're like, I'm on a whole new thing, okay?
Yeah. Exactly. So yes, it's been in general, anyone who's like kind of been in that world, having it like weaponized against you or like your friends or whatever, you just like, you'd have to be absolutely blind to fucking.
I don't see how this stops either. That's the thing.
It's like someone coming out right now and just being like, yo, do you guys ever notice that like the military industrial complex always gets paid? It's like actually kind of feels like
Look
that.
at the stock prices just kind of always goes up, huh? You go, yeah.
You go, yo, did you guys heard of this Lockheed Martin guys? Like, I feel like, and maybe I'm crazy, I feel like they like want war.
Yeah.
And that to me like what it feels like.
Yeah, it does feel like that. I don't know how it ends though. Someone like tagged me in this thing, but it was kind of interesting because I was talking last week about like, you know, how it's like revenge culture and not cancel culture, and then there's this like game theory strategy, like it's like a subset of the prisoner's dilemma. It's called tit for tat, essentially, which is like an optimal strategy, and it kind of describes exactly what's going on.
What is the optimal strategy?
Essentially what happens is that you just like, if someone does something, you do it back. And but you get locked in like a feedback loop, essentially, where you go, if that's your strategy, where you go, I do something, so it goes, if you do something, I'm going to do that to you, and then they go, okay, well, you just did something to me, so I'm going to do something to you. It's the same thing. So it just like never ends. The only off ramp is there's like a variation of the strategy is called like tit for tat with forgiveness, where one of the sides has to essentially go like, you know what, it's cool, like, we're not going to do this anymore.
We have to do this one though.
One of them has to do the one time of just basically being like, we're going to forgive on this turn, right? And not reciprocate. And then that's essentially like the off ramp. But you're like, I don't know.
The one part is though, they're not all equal though, because right, it'll end up being like, because I think there's always, if you go in culture, you go who runs more institutions, you go in tech, who runs more institutions, so you kind of end up like a asymmetric where you
That's
go,
true,
the
yeah.
one sector they go, why would we do that, we're winning, and in the other sector they're losing, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah. There's that.
So like we're
element.
winning here, but we're losing here, so we're winning here.
Right. So you almost have to do them like piece by piece. Like almost like they have to be done like, you know, in these individual pieces where like they have to play these individual games within like the larger game almost.
Yeah.
It's like it seems like the only way to like end the craziness, but you're like, I don't know if nobody's ever going to do it. So you're just stuck in this fucking feedback.
No, because it doesn't always, and especially like there's always people that they go, I benefit from the war.
Yeah. Well, you know
Right?
what we do need.
Like, if you're
I
like
was thinking about this and I go, there is one way out of this. Another 9/11, unfortunately, or some sort of similar.
Oh,
event.
Danny would be fucking cooking that up.
You would say that. I'll take an asteroid, some sort of meteor, some sort of extinction level event. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be certain parties doing certain things, but it's like it's only because it seems like probably after like 9/11, like something where you have these like mass traumatic events, that
Aliens coming down.
happen. Something like that where it happens to like everyone, and then everybody can kind of be like, "Oh, that was crazy. Well, let's not do that anymore for a while."
Yeah,
And then
you have
eventually-
like a pitchfork, and people do love a pitchfork. That's the problem with this stuff too.
Yeah.
It's like it is a human psychology thing,
Yeah.
where people love, and even
especially if you feel like you've been wronged.
especially when you feel like you've been wronged, and then on top of that, there's so many people that make money. Like if you are like a commentator, like even in our scenario, like I know I would have a more popular message if I just came out and I was like, "This is war."
Yeah,
like
of
you know what I mean.
course.
Like
Oh my
I
God.
would be more. You'd make more money. You'd like you.
Least amount of money is in common sense. That is, there's no position that has less fucking ability to
The nuance.
monetize than just common sense.
It really is. Even the algorithms do not like
No.
work for that, because you're kind of like the way to get the most success is you're like, this is the algorithm I can appeal to, and I do everything that they want.
Yes, correct. It's like full audience capture. And I mean, look, there's lots of people who are probably like very entrenched on their side. They go flip on a podcast, maybe this podcast. They hear one thing they disagree with, and they're just like, fuck these guys.
Yeah, I
You know?
think sometimes.
Yeah,
probably.
they go, I don't like this. I want to hear only things I agree with.
I feel like this is where I'm taking the side you should normally take, though, where when I'm talking to people in normal, I actually don't totally find that.
No,
But I think when people get in their internet mode, they maybe are different.
I mean, I don't know. Well, like also we hang out with like, we hang out with most comedians.
Most of my friends are pretty like reasonable.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's some element where you're like, yeah, I don't hang out. Like I'm not friends with those people. I know they exist.
I'm not that many friends with people that are crazy ideological.
For example, I saw something where a guy who's like I know from Toronto, you might know him too. He was just like an open micer in Toronto, and he like posted all these screenshots of after the Charlie Kirk thing. Basically, just like he was like, yeah, this is bad that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And then I saw a female comedian who we both know very well, who basically like went after him for saying like, this is not okay, not acceptable to say all this stuff. And I very much saw, and then he went and deleted his social media. Like he couldn't even handle the smoke of like her, and she's not like super successful, but like there's like an element too there where I'm like, she would never do this to anybody like on her level or above. Like she was like, oh, like here's a guy who's like I can kind of go bully.
I can bully
over, but like again, we're not friends with these people. Like I wouldn't be friends with someone like that.
No one in my life, everyone in my life is pretty like
if someone like came up to me and just like, I cannot believe that you thought it was wrong for Charlie Kirk to be assassinated. I'd be like, okay, we're done.
yeah.
It's like, okay, we're not friends anymore. So
now, most of the time when I'm with a bunch of my friends, it's kind of like someone says a point, and you're like, okay, that's at least they're not. I can tell you're not a salesman for some shit.
yeah, for sure.
You're like you've done your analysis in your head, and this is where you've kind of come out. Maybe you heard different things than me, but this is kind of like where you ended up. But you're not here to like sell me something.
No, it's not like Steven Crowder where you set up your fucking table and you're trying to change my mind.
No, my friends are not. They don't have a table.
No tables. No tables. So
people sometimes get entrenched, but yeah.
it is what it is.
So that was, and then my last point on that specific one was, that, I mean, it does always, whenever the politics always is like using capital, and culture builds capital. So when you're doing stuff that annoys people culturally, it takes away from your capital, and then the other side has that capital, and then the politicians all spend it. So when I was saying like the Theo Von thing, that's them like trying to spend capital, and then they have less capital as a result of the end of it.
That is for sure. That's true.
But I also thought it was interesting, with the Jimmy Kimmel thing. When it did happen, there was a lot of people that were posting his old clips of like Man Show and all the sort of things. And then there was a decent amount of like kind of publications that were kind of having trouble with that, because they were just like, we're very pro Jimmy Kimmel, but at the same time, like we do have to say we don't. Yeah, some of the stuff he's done in the past, like
equivalent of the fucking Charlie Kirk getting killed. Like people are like, I don't.
They were but they kind of felt like they had to do that with him. Even like this is Daily Mail, full shameful past of Jimmy Kimmel blackfaced, simulated sex and vile misogyny. I guess Howard Stern gets that a little bit too.
Yeah, and they just go, I'm a different. I mean, you turn on the waterworks enough times and kind of absolves you of past sins.
Do you think the girls love the waterworks?
Like in his audience?
Yeah. Like, do they just think like
they're very much like, can't believe that fucking orange Cheeto made Jimmy cry again.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that girls, there's nothing more than a girl that a girl loves than a guy they're not gonna fuck crying.
Yeah. Also, like they have their ratings. Like, look, if ever for the last 20 years, if every time Jimmy Kimmel starts crying, they're like, everybody turns the fucking TV off. When you do this, stop doing it.
Right.
He would stop doing it.
They're just like, it's always a fucking banger.
They go, look at this nice little bump.
Yeah, I know.
And then you don't know when he's going to cry again. And like, that's always on the table.
Oh, when he could cry again.
You're like on the edge of your seat.
As his late night gig comes to an abrupt end, the crude past of Jimmy Kimmel looks to have finally caught up with him. So it turns out it didn't catch up with him.
It didn't catch up with him. He's like, again, he would have, his contract's up in like after the season. It would not have been renewed. We're probably he has to be there for the rest of Trump, at least.
Yeah.
Like, you're getting minimum 2 more years.
Pardon the quick interruption for tour dates. I'm going to be in Columbus, Cincinnati, and Cleveland this weekend. Columbus, then Cincinnati, then Cleveland. Those are always awesome, so don't forget to come out. Then next weekend, I got Baltimore, Eugene, New York, Fort Worth, Dallas, Houston, Austin, San Francisco, Sacramento, and Nashville at RyanLongComedy.com for tickets.
And I'll be in Dallas next month. Hyenas Comedy Club, DannyComedy.com. So
you know what I thought of? You know how there is all the Trump rappers?
Yeah.
Like there's a couple guys that when they had like a Charlie Kirk rap, and
you see the one
people didn't think it was great.
With the hang him from the tree or whatever. Like, see that one where like that he's like I think is
he kind of chubby?
He's the fat like Hispanic
that's what
dude
I saw. Yeah.
And but it's like him and this white dude, long hair white dude, and they like do basically it's like hanging pedophiles. But then it like came out the day that like those 2 dudes got found hung in Mississippi.
Movie release schedule.
Yeah, no shit. It was an auto post, obviously, auto sked. But and then everybody's like, look at these fucking MAGA people. They're like, essentially they like tied the 2 things together.
Sure.
But it was those guys. Not good.
Well, I was kind of thinking, my
MAGA rap, not a great genre.
Not a great genre.
Not a great genre.
You know my favorite one though, right? The dad with the kid.
Ah, the dad with the kid.
You're not gay. It's a demon that's inside of you. And he goes, something, 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 something. Just a man in a way. But I was thinking the liberal version of that is the they them energy.
Yeah, of course.
They them, and I think I had them. I think I have them somewhere in here. Hold on. I've been obsessed with the kid. I've been obsessed with. I probably listened to that song 400 times.
Just at the gym, just on the fucking punching bag.
You're not gay. It's a demon that's inside of you. He said something about shooting pedos. The bathroom isn't for you.
Yeah, a kid gets mercilessly bullied at school. Actually, he's homeschooled, of course. Stupid comment by me.
You can picture him and his dad in the studio, eh?
Oh yeah. He's supposed to be learning about history or math, and his dad, come on, let's go lay down a couple bars. I won't tell. I won't tell if you don't.
That does remind me of certain people that I grew up with that are rappers that live in like Oshawa.
Yeah.
Like those people love fucking, becoming like getting their kid to rap.
Of course.
But this is his new one. Hold on.
Oh, he's got a new one.
Hold on. So it says 11-year-old has a message for the LGBTQ.
11. He's 11 now?
This is my favorite thing on the internet right now.
Let the girls be girls, let the boys be boys. I just wanna go outside and play with all my toys. Look, there's only 2 genders. I got a mom and dad, I keep going. God in the center. I do kid stuff. My mom told me never talk to strangers. And if I see a man in a dress, that is dangerous. Tell the truth to save souls is my mission now. Walking through my hood, Nerf gun like I'm renting house. Girls wear pink and boys wear blue. And there will never be such thing as your truth. And you cannot change what God made you to be. Either girl or a boy, look at the birds and the bees. Let the boys be.
I hate to break it to you, birds don't actually fuck bees.
No, the birds fuck other birds.
Yeah, I know, but I guess the birds and bees are like.
Oh, he thinks the birds are the boys and the girls.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. That is the shittiest song I've ever heard, by the way. Not to crush an 11-year-old's dreams.
This kid's amazing.
But like, if you just take out like the content, like the lyrics, you go, that song sucks.
The other one's so funny.
I do like the idea of
I'm not gay. You're not gay. It's a demon that's inside of you.
But like, you know, I love the idea of like some MAGA brain rotted guy in like Fox News in Florida just driving around just playing it. And
Blasting that?
Yeah, just playing it.
And then tell you, this is this is the liberal version.
They, them, energy. They, them, energy. They, them, energy. They, them, energy.
Yeah, and the equivalent of like, you know, MSNBC brain rot person driving around Portland in their Subaru just playing Date them energy.
I don't know if you saw, but I said that if this stuff keeps going on, I might have to dust off the two shirts left and the right.
Yeah, I saw that. That's funny.
But it has sort of switched where like there was a second where I was just like, you guys are fucking crazy, but then it started making me laugh.
Yeah.
Like even I saw like Matt Walsh and he was posting, he was like, because I guess Erica Kirk said at the funeral, she was like, I forgive him. And then he was like, yes, we will forgive them after we execute them. And he was like, you can still execute someone and then forgive them too.
Sure.
And then I was just like,
Christian.
yeah. This stuff was just like kind of making me laugh where I was like, it's just like everyone's being such a caricature of a human.
Oh, it's insane. Yeah. Yeah. I thought Christianity was big on forgiveness.
Did you see the fireworks at the funeral?
Oh yeah,
It was very.
I mean, crazy event to put like that. Probably made some fucking conspiracy people go, "How do you put an event on like that in 6 days?
Oh,
how do you just?"
Well, conspiracies have been fucking popping.
Oh,
lately.
but I mean, people are like, "Yo, those events usually would take like 6 months of planning, like a minimum to put on an event like that. You just whip that together."
They had pyro, dude.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
kind of had the like, you know, the pastor that's like, "Who the fuck's ready for God?"
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of that
cool pastor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was sort of. I actually kind of went a little bit the other way on that because I think some people. Might have saw that as like, it was a lot.
Yeah.
But to me, I was like, but if you were his wife, you might be like, no, he would have loved that.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
sure he would have loved
you.
that.
So if that's what matters,
I mean,
right?
it
If
was
the
like
guy
a big
dies,
America rally, of course,
Right.
it's got to be pyro.
but that's what I mean. So if you were, it was the most American thing. Like if you were his wife and you're just like, no, he would have loved that.
Yeah.
Also, there is something to be said about like if someone dies and you are their wife, you might be in that scenario.
I'll be the wife, I guess.
No, but like it is a weird thing to be like everyone's watching what you do.
Yeah.
Where like I feel like to me it would almost it's one of those things. You ever been in a scenario where you're telling the truth but you feel like you're lying?
Yeah, of course.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Like the truth is so outrageous.
Yeah,
that
the
you're
truth
like-
is outrageous, or people are like saying you're lying, and then you're like, what would I say if I'm telling the truth? I am telling the truth.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when if someone that's like close to you dies, and everyone's watching your reaction and judging it, you're kind of like, how would I act? Like,
Sure.
it's probably like fucking
Become, like,
weird.
hyper aware.
Yeah, it's probably like super. Yeah, you become this weird awareness of yourself that probably
Like almost acting. I believe.
you almost act because it's like you're like bullied into it because it's. I bet you that would be like weird. So it's like I would say no matter how anyone acts, it's going to be
fucking
weird.
husband get executed.
Insane. Yeah, you're probably are also like messed up a little bit from it.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I know. Have you seen the Ghana funerals where those videos keep going
Punching
viral?
in the face or bouncing the ball off the guy's head?
Yeah. What is that?
I don't know, man.
So they have these like funerals where they kind of. I've seen gangster funerals where they put someone like they have someone.
Yeah, the gangster, and they'll like have it in a strip club, just like on stage, his body just like on stage at a strip club.
Yeah, it's like bizarre.
Just like full rigor mortis kind of.
I was kind of thinking like Irish funerals, I guess a little bit like when they do the wake or whatever it's
Yeah.
called, the memorial. It's like really is just people getting fucking blasted. I think I've been to one or two of those.
Yeah.
Where it's like Irish funeral and you're like, Everyone just gets fucking wasted.
Yeah, I remember in The Wire they did something where I think the one of the seasons where some cop died, and it was like they did like an Irish, and they laid his body on like the pool table in some bar and just like locked the doors, and everyone just had like a rager as his just dead.
Yeah, it's like
body was
insane,
just,
right?
Laying on the pool table.
But yeah, that funeral they had, it was a rally.
Yeah. Oh, big time. I mean, again, can't let a crisis go to waste here.
Yeah.
You know.
The Ghana funerals, though, I think that if I die, I would want something like that.
Just some fucking punk 6-year-old just bouncing a basketball off your dead head.
Not the punk 6-year-old, but I would I think they have my body and then make a huge show of it.
Sure. That's okay. Yeah, that might be fun. I've actually never been to an open casket funeral. Because ever.
I have.
I've never been to one. Jews don't do that.
Oh, really?
No. Jews are like, they get the body in the ground like ASAP, just to, in case there's any evidence.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But no, Jews are like literally like body is like fucking still warm and they're putting that shit in the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I've never been, there was a kid I knew in high school died, but I didn't go to his funeral, but I know that was open casket. I don't know if that's just like my Jewish sensibilities where I find that so fucking weird.
It is. I mean, it is. There's no way around it. It is weird, but it's one of those weird things that's become normal, so it doesn't feel weird to me.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, it is still like off-putting, but you're like, this is how you do it. That's the norm.
Yeah, that's just how you do it.
I guess you're right. It is something strange about
that
it.
Part. If I go to a funeral, I'll just hang out in the back here.
It is kind of strange that you're like someone takes your dead body and like puts a tuxedo on it.
Yeah,
like someone does that.
Yeah, I know. They put tons of makeup on you and stuff to make you look.
Laughs at your dick,
Not for me. Not for me.
Boys, say goodbye to sticky notes and calendar confusion with Skylight. The Skylight calendar is here to keep your family organized. This is a beautifully designed digital display that syncs with your existing calendars, making it effortless to track events, appointments, reminders in an easy-to-say place. Listen, your brain's already at full capacity. You got a lot of stuff to do on the list. You got errands, birthdays, dinner plans. So let Skylight calendar just handle the rest. It syncs your entire family's schedule, breaks it into sleek digital display so you can focus on more important things like remembering where you left your coffee. Picture this. Your kid reminds you about a school project at bedtime the evening before it's due. Sound familiar? Well, with Skylight, you can avoid those last-minute oops moments. It keeps your family's schedule in place, so the only surprises you have in your life are the fun ones, like when you find money in the winter coat.
Ooh,
you're catching Danny.
Who doesn't like that?
Who doesn't like that? We use it right here at the BOYSCAST. I mean, I've got one at my house as well. So it's such an easy way.
Very cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
But it's a very easy way for someone to be like, okay, we have this thing Tuesday. It's like in 4 weeks from now. It's like put it on the calendar. Everything just, and it syncs everyone's stuff, which is like, it's almost like futuristic the way that it does it seamlessly.
It looks
So
nice too.
Skylight Calendar was designed to connect the digital and non-digital worlds while bringing families together. It's a Wi-Fi connected digital display that showcases your family's schedule with clarity, color, and brilliance in either a 10 or 15-inch touchscreen. And with the free Skylight Companion app, you can add or update events, lists, and more on the go. Your happiness is Skylight's happiness. So if in 120 days, which is a pretty long time, you got to try it out, you're not 100% thrilled with your purchase, you can return it for full refund, no questions asked. Right now, Skylight is offering our BOYSCAST listeners $30 off the 15-inch calendars by going to myskylight.com/boyscast. Go to skylight.com/boyscast for $30 off your 15-inch calendar. That is myskylight.com/boyscast. But you're sort of more tapped into the conspiracy corner.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Candace Owens conspiracies have been pretty wild, where she was like...
Absolutely one of my favorite things
Right.
that exists right now is Candace Owens.
What is she? Yeah, she's streaming to 10 trillion viewers.
Oh, 10 trillion viewers. She's literally like, there was, looked like probably there's like this trap door near where Charlie Kirk got shot, which I assume is probably like for irrigation or something. So, like something along those, like, a maintenance like door to go do something or whatever, and then everybody's like, oh, there's this trap door, and then Candace Owens is like, I wonder if like maybe they shot him from underneath,
okay,
or whatever, and then maybe that's how he
well, she has a team of like mom sleuths,
and she's basically demanding that the FBI hand over the investigation to the mom sleuths. Like she's literally,
No.
She's like demanding that the FBI hand over the investigation to her comments section.
No.
Essentially, and then she was going on something where like something about like
Have you been watching her stream?
I've seen clips. I haven't been watching the stream. She looks like she's fucking losing it. I mean, there are some things that are weird. Like,
what are they?
so that there was no exit wound. Basically, what happened is like that caliber. It's like a 30-06 or whatever is the caliber of the bullet that shot him. Like you can watch a video where like they'll go shoot like a piece of fucking steel like that thick,
and it goes through
like fucking butter. Like it goes right through that shit. And the coroner was essentially like, yeah, they said, he's like, yeah, he had like Charlie must have had like bones of steel or whatever, because I guess it was just like lodged under the skin, and there were people behind him. So they're essentially saying there's like some divine element here where Charlie's like bone prevented someone behind him from getting shot, because like that's how powerful that round is. Like it would go through him and into somebody else and kill somebody behind him. And a lot of people, rightfully so, are like, that's kind of weird. Mm-hmm. Like that doesn't really check out. Like people who are like, I hunt deer. It's like you shoot a fucking deer, that thing goes right through that thing.
What percentage of times would it go through? Like you're saying, like 900 out of 100.
I would think. I'm sure that.
So what is the explanation then?
I maybe it's not 100 out of 100. Like maybe there is a scenario where it hits a certain.
It hits the bone on a certain angle.
But I mean, like it would had to have hit his spine, I guess, because it hit him in the neck. So I guess it hits your spine, and just for whatever reason, it doesn't come out. I don't know. Maybe it's possible. It's highly unlikely, I would think.
What's the answer? They're saying that what? Because of that?
That he didn't get shot with that wasn't what killed him.
What did?
That's what Candace Owens is trying to find out right now,
That's what the comment section's trying to find out.
That's what they're trying to find out.
Okay, so that's one of them. And then the other one is they're saying that there was a trapdoor.
There was this thing where something like someone who like manufactured valves, or like I can't remember what it was, but she's like she went on this whole thing about like some company that makes these valves, and then she's like, valves are like, it was crazy. Like it was so like out there that it was too nuts.
That mom sleuths go to work, and they're often wrong.
Almost.
Like I watch enough of those crime shows,
like
documentaries, and it was like there's very many times where all the fucking internet sleuths like pick the wrong person, and then they,
of course, and they ruin their lives. And I'm sympathetic to the people who are like inclined to conspiracies, obviously, because you're like, you have been lied about so much shit. Right. Well, then they go, your inclinations. You're like, well, obviously they're lying about this one, but there's obviously so many things where you're like, so what's the deal with like the fact that like there's this kid, Tyler Robinson, he like admitted to doing it. There's a lot of questions about the gun, right? Because people are like, there's a story where it's like, oh, he disassembled the gun on the roof and then reassembled it to throw it in the woods. But then like I've seen a video that's like zoomed in where it does look like he's holding a gun when he jumps off that roof in his right hand. But people are like, well, they don't see it, so then they're like, he must have disassembled it. And you're like, to disassemble a gun like that, and then why would you put it back together to dispose it? Makes no sense. There's like the text. There's certain things where some people are, but again, it doesn't make it like if this, and maybe it's.
Well, I guess you kind of, you could be one of those things where it's like, it's probably the same thing I was saying about the Kimmel thing, where you're like, even if they were trying to get rid of him, you've muddied the waters, where it's like the FBI and the government, they're lying about something, but maybe that something is like not that big a deal. You know what I mean? But
right.
You're like,
I mean,
maybe they're not lying about that, but they're lying about something.
Yeah, like it depends what level you think about like how corrupt everything is, because like at the end of the day, like he still will have a trial. Like the Department of Justice still has to like, prove their case. So like if they were to be like so sloppy about all these things, then you risk like him getting let off, assuming you believe like he's going to have not a show trial and like a real trial. So yeah, I'm sure they're kind of doing everything the way they do it. And then there's shooting this morning in an ice facility or whatever, where same thing, someone wrote on the bullets, and everybody's like, conspiracy people are like, come on, like what, just everyone writes on the bullets now? And you're like, I mean, there is such a thing as like copycat killers.
Okay.
And this dude was like I think they're saying he's like some big Antifa guy. He fired at an ice facility, which the presumption is he was trying to kill the ICE agents,
right,
or whatever. And then he obviously missed them all and just killed 2 detainees and shot another one.
What?
Yeah. Which we go, that checks out to me. You telling me some fucking commie went and tried to shoot some ICE agents, accidentally shot 2 detainees. I'm like, that kind of checks out to me.
Right.
It makes sense that he missed the people he was targeting, but he had like some anti-ICE like scrawlings on the bullets.
That's mental.
Mental. I know.
You know where I'm probably my conspiracy thing is like where it's like
Jews?
you don't you kind of stop believing everything because you've been lied to so many times. I think I'm like that with people's intentions.
Yeah.
Like when I see any especially public people, I'm very much like when someone's like crying or something in an Instagram video, I'm like I'm conspiratorial about that. Like, what are you up to?
What's the angle here?
What are you up to is usually like my first, where it's like it is possible that like that people are being genuine, but I've been lied to so many times that I feel like anytime I see someone like being very like genuine online, I'm just like, nice try.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe I'm too much of that because I feel like I'm pretty in my silo. Where
mine's when my wife tells me what's for dinner, and I go, what's really for dinner though?
yeah.
What are we really eating?
Yeah, where's the poison?
I've been lied to by the FBI too many times.
But what's the conspiracy corner for
I mean, the craziest
elevator?
if you want to know the craziest conspiracy for the Charlie Kirk thing, which I had this guy on my call-in show on Monday night. He's basically like, and he does a really good thing about the Vegas conspiracy, and it is like really good, his like theory on the Vegas conspiracy. But then his conspiracy, which is like pretty out there, I don't believe it, was that there were these drones that were flying around that this guy like captured, like these drones that were moving like 150 to 180 miles an hour. That are like similar to like Anduril drones, and the drones shot him. But then he's like, Tyler Robinson is a patsy who probably like worked at the CIA, may have died in a car accident, and then like, so now when you see him, it's just AI. And I go,
that one's pushing it.
Yeah, it was a lot.
What's the conspiracy on the elevator?
The elevator.
Trump was trying to go on the elevator.
Oh, the escalator.
The
escalator. I saw some AP thing saying that his team accidentally turned the escalator because he had like his escalator broke the moment he stepped on it, and then his teleprompter didn't work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
he winged an hour speech.
I know. The AP, I think, basically made it out that they're like, it was his team that fucked up. But then there was like something I shared in our group chat. There was like someone who was basically saying like, who wants more money for the UN? And they go, yeah, we're going to make the escalator stop working just so he knows that we need more money for the UN.
Not a great like plan.
And I mean, he had his famous coming down the escalator thing before he got elected the first time.
Yeah.
So again, maybe someone just, it's a button. You just turn off the escalator. I mean, I hate to be that
Not
guy.
a great conspiracy.
Not a great conspiracy. It's not like, I mean, look, if his fucking pant leg got caught in the escalator and then pantsed him as he's going up this thing and he can't move and you're seeing his bare ass, that might be something different. There might be something to that.
You know what was making me laugh is that, you know how like in Britain where people go to jail for memes and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And I guess I was thinking of like Europe judges because of I was thinking about the Brigitte Macron thing where she has to prove that she's a woman.
A little fucking photocopy of her pussy. Just taken from the fucking Christmas party, just sitting on the photocopier.
I know that was I feel like it was a week ago now, but it was just like the funniest thing to me that she has to prove she's a woman, so she comes out and is illogical.
Yeah.
Like a video of her nagging.
The end of it. Yeah. Yeah, parallel parking.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah,
scuffed up rims.
Yeah, exactly. He shows a picture of her bathroom. It's a fucking mess. Like,
We were thinking more physical evidence if possible.
Here's a picture. Here's like a screenshot of her always having to cancel the Uber to get a next one afterwards because she wasn't ready.
Yeah, she wasn't ready. Or just like you call her phone. You go, I'm calling from this restaurant. We're unable to make your reservation for tonight. I'm sorry. Someone came up and she starts crying. She goes, see,
yeah, exactly.
The smallest thing goes wrong. She's just in tears.
They show her shopping online and they show that she always picked the most expensive one and she didn't even look.
Least practical, most expensive. You go, huh? Your Honor. Candace Owens is fucked on that one, by the way.
On which one?
On the Macron thing.
Oh.
That's like, dude, she's like, I think, like, she's going to lose. I don't know what they're suing her for.
Then what happens? Yeah, what are they suing her for?
Like, a lot of money. Like, this is going to cost her a lot.
You almost have to respect her, though, to go down with that ship then.
She's nuts. Like, that's the thing. It's like, she's so, I guess, sure of that Brigitte Macron is a man.
See, I like it better, though. Like, to me, we have friends that are crazy.
Yeah.
Like, if that's... I would much prefer this person like is all in and believes it.
Absolutely.
Then they're doing this for clicks.
Oh no, I fully agree, and like I don't.
Like I prefer a friend that's like just wild than like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't think she's doing it for clicks. She truly believes this.
Yeah, I think that's better.
But like I don't know what the details of this lawsuit are, but like it's going to cost her a pretty penny. I think she's trying to get like the evidence like for them to like not accept it or something. I don't know what the term is, but
well, anyways, my only point was it was making me laugh that the British judges still have the wigs on while they're doing that.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Like, think about it. You're getting fucking in jail for memes, and the guy's the fucking wig
Full
on.
of syphilis wig on.
Is that way funny?
Yeah, it's like one of the last things they have of their culture.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
they did. So obviously, people have had a hard time to like connect it to Israel, and there's been like a lot of fighting within the Palestine movement.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, look, there's some people who just really want it to be Israel.
Right, but I feel like there's arguments.
I will say, last week on the podcast, I was like, I don't know specifically what I said, but I was like, Netanyahu, he's got a lot on his plate. He's probably going to ignore this. And then he put out some whole video essentially being like, we didn't do it.
He's put out 100 videos.
But he put out one like the next day.
His fingerprints are all over this.
Yeah, where he's just like, this is crazy. We didn't do this.
They did like an Emmy speech where one of the girls won.
Yeah, Hannah Einbender.
Yeah, she won at the Emmys, and she did like a Palestine speech, and then basically it was a Hamas linked outlet. I don't know exactly what that means.
It was Al-Quds, I think.
Al-Quds.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, so like a pro-Palestine outlet, and they aired her speech, but they blurred out her shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh, so funny to me.
Hey, man.
Blurring out shoulders.
Dude. Man, I like a good shoulder. Let me tell you, there's a lot of dudes. Man,
you know what's interesting?
If they didn't blur out the shoulders, people would be like, I can't even read this.
But isn't that weird that they blur out shoulders, but a lot of those girls wear sandals? So I would say the like pervs that like are looking at a foot jerking off, there's more of those than guys that are looking at a shoulder jacking off.
Well, I guess if you're like in a Sharia like burqa kind of thing, like maybe you don't even see the feet.
But you do.
Do you?
Yeah, a lot of times you see those girls in like full everything with the thing on, but they got the feet out.
They got the feet
and you're
out.
like, that's more likely to get jacked off to than a
socks
shoulder.
And sandals?
Am I crazy?
I feel like you
Johnny, ChatGPT that.
I feel like you'd
look that up for me. Sandals are fine.
With the feet showing?
Yes.
Damn, big show feet culture.
But that's what I'm saying. I've always thought that, where you're like, there's way more guys that are like jacking off to a foot than are jacking off to a shoulder.
Yeah, they're probably thinking, man, this guy's so depraved. You jack off to feet, you sick fuck?
Yeah. Shoulders,
shoulders, man. Shoulders is what gets you. Shoulders is what makes the eye wander.
But especially if they go, you can't see any shoulders. The only thing you can see is the eye hole.
Yeah, eye hole and
the feet.
And
those,
feet.
I bet you there's so many dudes jacking off to feet.
There might be a method to their madness here. I mean, we're not savages.
That has to be like the underneath, like the hidden secret is, those guys are all foot fetish guys. They must be.
Yeah, they must be, yeah.
Or the opposite, where it's like it's not foreign to them, where like, yeah, I could see that everywhere.
Yeah, it's a foot.
You're right. It's like there's no sexual depravity to that, because they're all, I have access
to. The guys
to.
who there is sexual depravity for them, fucking all you can eat buffet.
What do you mean?
Well, they just got feet everywhere, man. It's just like they're into feet, and it's the only thing you can see.
Yeah. But I did think there was a weird turning point where it's like, the Emmys is doing Palestine speeches, but also Dua Lipa, do you know who that is? She fired her agent for being like pro-Palestine, or for being too pro-Israel.
Sure.
That's a fucking flip where it's like, agents are getting fired for being too pro-Israel, and like the Emmys, that's kind of the vibe of it. That's like a concisive victory.
There was
that is a loss. Like Israel lost the fucking.
I think Javier Bardem was like, yeah, I'm not gonna work with any production companies that are like support Israel. I go, guess you're not working, man. I guess it's gonna be a while before the next Javier Bardem movie.
So let me tell you about this. There's this guy, his name's David, right? And it kind of relates to the internet sleuth stuff we were talking about.
Yeah.
So he's like a singer, and he's pretty famous.
Oh, yeah, I saw this with the chick in the trunk.
So he's pretty famous dude, and basically somehow his Tesla, they opened it up, the trunk, and it just had
they
like
found a missing teenager.
Missing teenager in this guy's trunk. His story is that like nothing to do with it, right?
Sure.
Obviously the internet's like, yeah, right.
I mean, yeah.
But so he's like in the chopping block, but the police are not even naming him as a person of interest, right?
Really? At all?
No, I mean, I'm sure they were looking into him, but
yeah.
as of now, it sounds like the police are like, we don't think it was him.
Okay.
Right?
Well, he did it.
Her remains are discovered on September 8th. The day after would have been her 15th birthday in the trunk of an impounded Tesla registered to David Burke. He says it's not him, but all of his songs are like
kill. It's like the Chappelle sketch, like with Biggie or Tupac. Like, yeah, it's literally the songs are about like killing women and stuff.
He says, "I don't care about the law." Is his one thing unreleased song. He openly confesses to everything. In the video, he sings, "I don't care about the law when I'm with you because I be breaking it all the time." It's the sketch, dude. This guy, they found a fucking dead girl in his car. Says it's not him. Every lyric is like,
it's like 14's too high.
Dead girl's in my car.
Dead girl's in my car.
Dead girl in my Tesla. But it's like fucking nuts, right? So he's only like 18 or 19 or something like that.
Yeah.
The girl's like 15. He goes, ain't that a felony? Dark brown hair, skin, love that melody. Baby, if you look up for love, I think they selling it on the corner of the street. Notable lyrics I wrote down. In the back of my mind, I killed you.
I did it.
I didn't even regret it is one of the lines.
God.
I can't believe I didn't regret it. Can't believe I said it. But it's true. I hate you.
Okay.
So
not a person of interest, you say.
after the thing happened, he was selling a merch that was bloodstained merch. So he's removed the chilling bloodstained shirts off his merch store.
Okay.
Has
he issued refunds to anybody who bought them and would like a...
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any refunds.
No refunds.
His cryptic resurfaced tweet sparks grooming accusations. David wrote on X, when I was writing this, I got a notification from you as we're talking about wanting to be with your mom and your sister again. Take me to where I belong, the woman says. But our circumstances won't allow us to be in our ideal situations. We got to push through it, bro. So this is a scenario, and this he's outlining. I'm with a girl that her mom and sister do not want her to be here.
Yes.
She says, take me home. I said no.
See you in heaven, girl.
So that has been fucking wild.
That's a crazy story. I mean...
If he didn't do it, he's in real shit. But you think he did for sure.
I think he did it. I mean,
and maybe for some reason the kind of like if you did, his argument is probably some version of like, why would I leave her in my own car?
yeah. I mean, there was that boxer. I can't remember what boxer was. He was a famous boxer, and there was a body that was found in the back in his trunk of his car. Was it like Riddick Bowe or something? And they were like, yeah, he didn't kill the person.
Yeah, well, this guy's was impounded, right?
Yeah. So. This one I don't know. I don't know enough, but from what I've seen,
I don't know enough either. I just found it funny that it was like that's how it's shaking down.
From what I've seen, he's guilty. Guilty as charged.
I can't, he may be. I'm not like simping for this guy or anything like that.
I never even heard of him before.
I don't know the story well.
I mean,
enough.
if he's not guilty, he's the unluckiest guy on fucking earth.
Yes.
You're like, that is a tough break, man.
But yes, initial instincts, you're like, yeah, right.
I mean, I guess he could do that thing where you go to court and you're like, no, I'm like a character, none of these lyrics.
That's what he's going to do. I mean, and they've made a lot of laws. A lot of the kind of like libs, George Soros-y prosecutor types have tried to push for you can't use rap lyrics in the
Right.
thing because all those drill rappers, every rap song was like, I killed him January 4th. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. 9:59 p.m.
Well, yeah, there's so many. And that was like a big fight of whether we can use their lyrics in
Yeah.
court. And their argument was, oh, it's art.
It's art.
And their argument is it's clues.
Yeah.
But there is no argument that they were actually out there talking about murders in their songs.
Right.
But these guys were like 17. That's why they're like dumb.
Yeah, they're dumb. I mean, this guy's like 19 and
Yeah, that's what I mean.
potentially a murderer.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you have a good explanation for why this girl just got found in your trunk.
I don't think he has a good explanation. He's just saying it
then
wasn't
he's in
him.
trouble.
So we were talking a little bit over the last bit about how there's like a push for the cuck shit, right?
Yeah.
And I've been watching it's kind of been making me laugh, these kind of emasculating articles that they put out. And this one's not in the cuck it's not a cuck article, but this is a Daily Mail article. This woman comes out, and this is one of those things where you go, if a buddy of mine ever had this article about him, you'd be like,
Kill him.
get out of there. Yeah, what are you doing? I was a crazed sex addict who loved casual boinks until I married my virgin husband.
Casual boinks.
It's kind of in the realm of the article we did where it's the girl says, I love my boyfriend's micro penis.
Yeah.
I was just this huge slut getting ran through.
He's like, I'm not a virgin. What do you guys? Just look at her. What a wild imagination. Guys, I told you. It's like I had so much sex in college. I'm not a virgin.
I was a crazed sex addict until I married my virgin husband.
30.
Yeah.
He's 30.
30-year-old. He's literally 30-year-old virgin. But yeah, you could not want that article written about you, and it gets worse. Emily, actress from Los Angeles, who confessed to being addicted to sex, chose to embrace celibacy for 6 years after it left her feeling empty before she met her 30-year-old virgin husband. Emily has found herself engaging in frequent casual sex. Just out of the gate, you're just like...
You're like, this isn't getting you any auditions or roles. Like, I hate to break it to you. I know this is what you think.
I know.
It's like, oh, I'm going to be a fucking auditioning for Lifetime Network shit and, Hallmark movies. You're like, you're not.
With my new article about how my boyfriend's a virgin and I'm a slut.
Yeah, and I'm not a slut anymore. I was a slut. Now I'm a good Christian.
And it's very, like, it almost, like, hurts your feelings to, like, listen to, even though you don't know them. She had frequent cuts. She keeps drilling down how much she got fucking banged out, right? She's like, I was for the streets. I'm just like a hoe. Every man had his piece, sometimes 3 guys in a night. Like, I couldn't even stop, just like, until I met this fucking loser virgin.
Oh my God.
She revealed that men would, she goes, here's where it gets worse. She goes, frequent sex. And the problem was she revealed the men would either ghost her or refuse to commit. So it's like, not only were these men running through her, she wanted to be with them, and they were like, no, thank you, never in a million years.
Thank you, whore.
Yeah. No, you're a fucking hoe for the streets. What kind of psycho would ever be with you? It would leave her feeling empty. However,
she was not empty.
Yeah, she would leave her feeling filled and empty at the same time. You ever felt filled up and empty at the same time? However, upon discovering her faith, Emily realized that sex was merely a means to filling a void. And she realized that after the 45th guy said no thank you.
The 45th guy filled that void.
Yeah, giving her a fake number.
Yeah.
Give her a number. Do you remember that old number where you'd call and give them the rejection hotline? Yeah. Filling a void, made the decision to become celibate. 4 years into her celibacy, now met her husband, Tyler Stone, lifelong Christian, chose to wait until marriage. She says, I was addicted to sex. They would ghost me and wouldn't commit. I felt empty. When I was with Tyler, it was love, not lust. I'm really grateful we've had time to build a foundation. We've got marriage, and it's now beautiful and safe.
Oh.
Would you like your girlfriend writing an article about how she was ran through by so many guys, and now she's with a guy that makes sex feel safe?
You like this fucking, you feel safe?
Yeah.
You're fucking,
I'm going to make you feel so fucking safe tonight.
So fucking safe tonight.
Dude, your dick is, you have the safest dick in all the land.
Okay, no, that's too much. No, it's terrible. That would be my, again, what's the article
says that feeling safe is a welcome change from getting spit roasted by a bunch of basketball players.
Like, what are you promoting? Like, I always wonder, like, did she make a TikTok or something and that's how they found her? Is she like hiring a publicist?
Oh, she's been talking about this, yeah.
Like, this is like her online identity.
This is a big part of what she talks about, is the virgin husband.
Ran through hoe for the Lord.
Yes, exactly. It was a hoe into a housewife, and now the housewife is writing an article about how safe her new husband's virgin dick feels.
Yeah. That's nightmare.
She's opened up about her journey on TikTok, where she's been labeled damaged goods due to her past relationship. And she says, I like to say celibacy, it's for everybody, not just Christians. Anyone can do it. Be yourself. But here's the thing. There is not zero scenarios where fucking some, dude who's a Christian virgin might date some, ran through city chick, right?
Yeah.
What they don't want
is the article.
Is you telling everyone about it. Like, you're just like, you could, it's like we did the small town one. You're like, you can move one town over. Yeah. Everyone doesn't know that you're fucking what. You go, now everyone knows that your wife's a hoe.
Yeah. And again,
you don't want them to know that.
Yeah. I don't know if this is like a Christian thing where they're like, yeah, we got to just air out all the dirty laundry.
Yeah.
This is who I'm not this person anymore, but I don't see the benefit of it.
The trick to dating someone that has something like that, whether a guy or a girl that has something that, you know, maybe is going to make you look bad, is that not everyone knows about it.
Shut the yap. You don't
like imagine a girl was dating a guy that had like a charge for banging like a 14-year-old or something like that, right? Like I'm sure there's people that have a scenario like that. It would be like, I'm sure she wouldn't like it if the guy was like his whole internet identity was that like, yeah,
I'm a reformed pedophile who's found God.
exactly, right?
No. We're not doing this. Yeah, I mean, we've covered so many of these articles at this point, and I
love them though.
Just like, why is this an article?
Well, there's guys.
I guess it's because of the TikTok thing, because everybody just wants their like 15 minutes, and
it's the anti-man agenda on the media.
I think it's just like women don't want to work, and they go, "Is this a job?
Is
this a job?"
It's a big part
talking
of it.
about like me being a whore.
Yeah,
and then finding God. Like, is this like? Do I get paid for this some point down the line?
There's definitely a big part of that. And then another article says sexless adults, because there's a lot about how young people are having like sex. They're on the internet nonstop. I think a big part of it is that COVID, a big part of it is that men are like afraid of women because they've seen repercussions of doing it wrong.
Yeah, there's a
combination of a lot of factors. Then there's the internet has made hypergamy more of a thing where it's like there's a smaller number of guys that become really good at the apps that they bang 7 girls, and then the girls or 7 girls are banging 1 guy.
Yeah.
So all that combines, but they said sexless adults have these surprising traits. So scientists have done an article saying we haven't talked about in a bit what scientists are up to.
What are they up to?
Well, they've been curing autism, but now they're on this.
Yeah, we're on to new stuff.
So this is what scientists say is the traits that all people that are sexless and not good with women have. They said 6'2", Jewish, lives in Queens, curly black hair, generally co-host of a podcast. These are according to scientists.
That's pretty specific. Scientists. Shouldn't have talked shit about all these scientists. They're coming for me.
Watery eyes,
runny nose, just all the stuff.
That's the scientists.
Very specific.
Men who have never had sex have tended to have lower grip strength, smaller arm muscles.
That's
a big one.
Had sex?
I mean, this whole article essentially is like nerds.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, men that have less sex, one of the things is they're scrawny.
Do they have one big arm? Potentially? Do they have like a big arm and a
one
small
big
arm?
forearm.
Just one jacked forearm? Just ropey forearm?
So they said lower grip strength. Lower grip strength does seem to be tapped into a lot of things, eh?
That is, yeah. Apparently,
Have you ever done yours where you did the grip strength thing?
No.
Get wet noodle?
But I do hangs at the gym every day.
Oh, yeah, to get your grip strength better?
I just hang as long as I can, yeah. And it's good for the shoulders because I have some...
Yeah, I do hangs every now and then.
Yeah, just to see how long. I think I
have average grip strength, not
I don't think I have...
Not bad, not great.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything special. I think I could probably hang for like 20 seconds, 15 seconds.
Well, they said grip strength is big. And then they said... men and women without sexual experience were more likely to be highly educated. Okay. So smarter people have less sex. Introverted, exhibit higher cognitive ability, lower alcohol or drug use, and then also physical markers such as wearing glasses.
So just dorks.
I mean, this is a whole... It's a whole article by scientists being like, dorks.
Yeah, that scientists really not getting any pussy, huh? And here's why.
But it's just funny though. Like, why do these findings need to be released? They're just like, we figured out which guys don't have sex. They're just like nerds with glasses and fucking weak arms. Introverted. Yeah, this feels like it was like an article written by the jocks.
I really want to find the photo of the person who wrote this. That's what I really...
Oh yeah, you think it's... Well, that's going to be the person who wrote it. It's not going to be the scientist who did it. You know what I mean?
Right. It's going to be some chick or something.
I
mean, maybe this autism thing actually might cause some crazy baby boom, actually, if Trump cures autism.
That's possible.
It sounds like he was describing a lot of this stuff. Like, maybe he's like a new cohort of kids who are just like insatiable for fucking sniz.
Maybe that's the 4D chess, so they have more people making babies.
Yeah, less autistic people, more babies. He might have literally just like fixed the whole birth rate problem.
I mean, if he really wanted to fix the birthday problem, Trump should say that women shouldn't be having babies.
I know.
Trump should be like, hey, all you liberal women are bad mothers, so you can't have babies because you'd be bad at it because you're bad mothers.
Yeah.
Like, that would be actually the way.
And when they all wake up from their Tylenol comas, they're going to be like, huh? fuck this guy.
That legitimately would be if he came out and he was like, I don't think liberal mothers should have babies because conservatives should be having babies. Then we'll outnumber them. Then they're also
That
bad
is
at making
actually
babies.
genius.
Like that's the only way for Trump to get like a lot of the women to do stuff
I
is
know,
to tell
it's
them
just
to do the opposite.
Yeah. That would work, honestly. All it takes from him is just like a little press conference.
Right. It's that simple.
Yeah. Just a couple offhanded comments and
It would be funny if I don't know if you saw they did a WNBA award where they did a tie and they've been doing like ties for their awards.
Yeah. It's happened.
This
I
is the
mean,
most.
NBA,
I know. I agree. It's happened ever, but it
not
does
common. But I think what was it? 95 Rookie of the Year was Jason Kidd and Grant.
I've seen them do it. Yeah. I said that when I saw this. I have seen this happen, but it feels like funnier when the WNBA do
I
it because it's like the most women shit ever.
We have a 5-way tie.
Yeah.
How's that possible?
Yeah. But okay, I actually have a whole bunch of other stuff, but we're gonna go over to the Patreon. So if you want to follow us, we do. You know what? I did want to say also, actually, it was kind of cool that a lot of people, the shows that I've been doing, a lot of people that came to them I met like so many people because Appleton was a small place that like came in from 5 hours and made a weekend of it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So I thought that was like pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great.
I talked to like 4 or 5 people that like drove a whole long way.
I know, yeah, it is cool. I remember when I was in Vancouver and some guys were like, yeah, we came from like fucking Washington State.
Yeah, and then they make like a weekend of it, and I think that's really cool. So I appreciate everyone who came out to the shows and doing that.
Yeah.
But we'll see you on patreon.com/theboyscast for a bonus episode every week.
Peace.